Hello everyone, welcome to episode 25 of Answers to Questions, and this is a special episode, quarter of the way to 100, but it's special because we've made it 1 year. That's right, the first episode of Answers to Questions was on February 16th, 2016. You can look at it right here, and we've improved a lot. And so that's what we're gonna look at today, a question that we get from fans and from fellow entrepreneurs who are maybe thinking about doing their own show, and just a question that we ask ourselves all the time. So the two questions today are, one, why do you do the show? And two, what have you learned from doing the show for 1 year? So the first question, why do we do the show? So when we started the show, we really wanted to practice doing video work. We do animated and motion work at Lemonly, but we had never done video. And so we've got to learn more about lighting, the equipment that we use, how to cut and edit, how long it takes us, how to post it on social media. So it's been really phenomenal practice for the Lemonly team and for the crew to make video. The second reason is it allows us to really connect with you guys, the audience. We've learned so much, like the things that you want to know about, the questions you leave, the comments. And it's been an awesome way to kind of connect with the Lemonly community, the Sioux Falls community, the greater entrepreneurial community, people who watch this show. So that's been an awesome reason. And the third reason, we want to be on record. So why do we do the show? Like, I want to be able to have these answers and our opinions and our thoughts on record. So whether it be my daughter Margot watches this show in 10 years, or I do this all the time, is I'll have young entrepreneurs or people ask me questions, and I'll actually just send them clips or send them, hey, watch episode 12, or you need to watch the second answer on episode 5. And so it helps us to be on record, to have our opinions, and sometimes they've already changed, but it's fun to go back and look. So that's why we do the show. So the second question is, what have we learned from doing a show for an entire year? And I have friends ask me all the time, is it working? What have you learned? I'm thinking about doing a show. How could I do mine? So what we've learned, the first point is that quality matters to Lemonly, right? So there's so many different ways you can do video now. You can Facebook Live from your phone, you can Periscope. There's cameras of great quality to lower quality all over the map. But to Lemonly, we're about, custom, real great design and art and production. So quality matters to us. That means we've learned about lighting, we've learned about the gear, we've learned about background, the clothes I should wear, who should listen to my answers and tell me if I could do it better. So we want to dive into that a little bit, and Michael's going to tell you what we've learned.
Throughout the production of Answers to Questions, we've learned how to best film our episodes. We shoot the episodes in the front of our office where our window space is, so we get a lot of natural light that way. We also shoot in the middle of the day, so we get light from our skylights, and then the rest of our office is lit in the background. Before we shoot every episode, we turn off all buzzing appliances so that there's no noise in the background. That includes AC and the heating. We also change the backdrop between every episode so that people can distinguish one from the next. We shot the first 2 episodes on the same backdrop, and we saw a strong drop in viewership in the second episode. We believe that people thought that episode 2 was episode 1. After every episode, we checked our metrics to get feedback, and we noticed that about 80% of our viewership was happening silently. So we decided to add captions so that people could watch it from wherever they were. We bought our captions from rev.com for about $1 a minute.
The second thing we've learned is to listen to your audience and look at the data. If you go back and watch some of the early episodes, you can see a lot has changed, not only in the quality of the show, but even how we tell the story. So one thing we've learned from our audience is they really like the topic-based episodes. So we've been doing that more recently, where we do the whole episode around one topic. We've learned tons about feedback, the type of questions, how to promote the questions. And so Maddie's gonna tell you a little bit about what we've learned from that.
So I've learned a few things in being part of the process of creating Answers to Questions for the last few months. We learned mainly when it comes to social media, when we're prompting for questions, instead of just kind of asking, does anyone have any questions for the next episode? It's better to give a theme or kind of a topic. Otherwise, it's a lot like just walking into a room and saying, hey, questions? It doesn't give a lot of context. And also with giving a theme, remote work or internships, it allows John to show off some of the subjects that he is most knowledgeable about and helps add value for our audience. And along those same lines, we've also found that our themed episodes, like the last few that have a very specific subject, have our highest view rates and highest engagement of all our episodes. So apparently we're doing something right.
So the last thing we've learned is to have a long-term view with the show, and we're always reminding ourselves of that. And what I mean by that is we're not where we want to be yet, right? We've improved a ton from episode 1, but we want more people to see it. We want to continue to make it more interesting, more engaging, more compelling. And so what answers to questions means to Lemonly and to me, we're still working on that and we have a ways to go. And that's okay, right? So this is a craft and something we're working on. And we're excited to see what Answers to Questions looks like in year 2 and beyond. So that is episode 25 of Answers to Questions. Thank you so much for helping us get to this episode. Whether you've seen all 25 of these or if this is the first one, we sincerely, sincerely thank you. And so the question of this week is, if you've watched this show, what do you think we've learned? How have we gotten better and how have we improved? Leave a comment. Or if you have produced your own video content in the past or are doing so now, what have you learned? We still have lots to learn. We'd love to hear from your opinions and your experience. So that's it from Answers to Questions. We'll see you at episode 26. Here's how to get in touch with us. Take care.